Welcome back to the Blueprint episode 3. Today we're covering AMA, the American Marketing Association, and SMAC, the Southwest Marketing Advisory Center. And we have Trevor Van Kuelen and Jordan Long with us here today. How are you guys?
Doing pretty well.
I'm all right.
Yeah. Okay, so Jordan, introduce yourself. You're the AMA president. What's your major? Where are you from?
Well, I am a marketing major and I'm from Pipestone, Minnesota.
Nice. Not too far from home, right?
About 40 minutes.
Yeah, good. What about you, Trevor?
I am Trevor Van Kuelen. I am a fifth-year senior finishing up here at SMSU, managing director of the Southwest Marketing Advisory Center. Yeah.
Yep. I guess as a fifth year senior, right?
Yep.
That just means you really love school, right?
And yeah, really.
Awesome. Okay, I'm kind of biased. I've been with an AMA and SMAC with Trevor, a little bit with Jordan, right? Like AMA, I guess it was right at the end, I guess, right? Like when you were coming in, I was probably graduating about. So let's talk about AMA first, and you both have lots of experience with that. I know the marketing week's coming up. When's that?
It's the 23rd to the 27th.
Awesome. And what does that mean? Like, do you guys have one event each day?
It could be from one event or like 3 events. We have like a speaker.
Per day?
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
We're trying to get a speaker for the first 3 days. And maybe 1 or 2 events like the other days.
That's awesome, though. That's fun. Lots of work, I bet.
Yep.
Yes. But, okay, so I know AMA does a lot of fundraising, too. I heard you guys just did one last Thursday. How was that? And, like, how does that work? What does the money goes to? Like,
Well, we did valet yesterday. No, not yesterday. Thursday for it was at the golf club in town.
fancy.
A lot of people didn't really know we were doing valet because they didn't advertise it before we came. So
Got it. Yeah. Was it like, so when you guys do fundraisers, I know we did a lot when I was in AMA, like a lot of valet. We did concessions. What else? We sold stuff at Tropical Night. Do you remember what we sold on our year?
We were selling lays.
Yeah.
We made a lot of money on those too. That went over really, really well. Whereas Gabe, was that Gabe's brainchild? The previous AMA president. That did really, really well, and I think we plan to do that again this year.
we're also probably gonna sell like mini beach bowls.
Yeah, because we had backstory on that. We had a bunch of little beach balls that we borrowed from, was it the RHA club or something like that? And everybody wanted to buy the lays, but then they saw the beach. They wanted to buy the beach balls too. So this year we're gonna add another product to our little Tropical Night line, and we're gonna do lays and beach balls, kind of.
There you go. That sounds really like a marketing thing to do, doesn't it? What else? So I don't know what you guys have been doing like different. I bet like a few things have changed too. So you guys, fundraisers, events, what else? So like you guys meet every Thursday at noon. And where is that?
ST 203.
Nice. Yeah. So that's the fishbowl, right?
No,
Oh.
we changed our location.
Oh, you did?
The meeting space right in ST there in the corner by the ST SM link.
The nice fancy room, like the big long one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The one that has a Cricut in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cricut, 3D printer, Mac, everything.
Yeah.
That's been that meeting space has been a lot better, a lot more productive in there.
Yeah.
Just since it feels like our space and not just like a meeting room we're using.
Yeah.
So,
Jordan, I'm going to keep picking on you, sorry, but how did you get involved with AMA? I mean, you're a marketing major, but like how did the whole process work?
Denise Gosher, she's gone now, but she'll come back in a couple of years. But my first couple of days here, she kind of just, you're marketing, you're an AMA now. But
I feel like that's a common theme. She just reaches out, because that's what happened to a friend of mine, Andrew, and I, our freshman year. We were like maliciously attacked by the professors and like, you two are the AMA, right? So we walked into a completely empty chapter because it was the COVID year, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was one member, if I remember right, Taylor Bonestro, that was active, and I got handed a binder with one sheet of paper in it, and it had like some passwords on it or something, and so we totally reset the AMA.
Well, we don't have a binder anymore because I got lost during the move.
Yeah, we lost the binder. The binder was
Oh, no.
one sheet of paper. But I think you've got a good handle on stuff now. I think you've been arguably the most organized president.
Look at you.
No.
Yeah.
Come on, Jordan. You gotta, pat yourself in the back and be like, yes, I'm doing a great job. I heard there's a lot of people coming into the meetings. Like roughly how many members you guys have?
I would say like 10, 12 maybe.
Yeah. How many members do we have on our year?
We were
Like 8?
We were at 8 or so consistent members. We had a few pop in and out here and there, but
Yeah.
no, it wasn't. These ones are consistently showing up to stuff, consistently involved with things. So this year's been one of our better years. I think one of our best years in recent times.
Okay, Jordan, tell me more about the marketing week. So you mentioned there's going to be like many different events. Can you tell us a little bit what the events will be? Do you have confirmations? Can you give us that spoiler?
We have at least 2 confirmations for speakers right now. It's Marta Almeida, which is the other marketing professor. And then we have one of our members' dads that's pretty big in like the insurance business around here coming to speak.
Awesome. What is he going to speak on? Do you know?
He was going to talk about marketing his insurance business, that kind of thing, because he came from kind of like an unconventional side. So he worked in a bank. He started his business inside U.S. Bank, and he's going to kind of talk about how he built it internally and then was able to develop his customer base enough to branch off and kind of do his own thing.
Yeah. And is Marta going to talk about personal branding? And
Yep.
yes.
Yeah.
I think she usually does every year.
Yeah, I think so. But I was talking to her. She was super excited. She's like, I'm just, looking at many different things we can do with the students, different from past years and all of that. So,
so we'll get something new is what you're saying.
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. Maybe I wasn't supposed to say that. Sorry, Marta. Okay, so marketing week. What else do you guys do with AMA? Can you, share?
Thursday, we're planning on doing like a fun event where we're just going to do root beer floats.
Ooh, is it open for anyone?
I would assume so, yes.
Yeah, so I can stop by and get a root beer float. Yes, there you go. You guys did beach cleanup today, right, for the
Yes.
Mustangs give? And how long was it? You told me, did you walk how many miles?
Well, I walked 5 miles because I needed a new bag.
So you had to walk an extra.
Yes.
So that means you probably collected a lot of trash.
Yes.
That's good then, right?
We did. How many bags did we do? We did
Well, at least one for each of us. So that's like
we did
10.
10. So we did 10 bags of trash.
And 2 for
which is-
you. So 11?
No. I had to walk back because I forgot a bag.
Oh, come on, Jordan. That's good. That's fine. Yes. What else? Okay, Trevor, now with...
Well, he missed one thing. He set up something himself for Friday
Is it the movie?
exclusively for AMA members.
So if you want to come, join
Members
AMA.
of the, I would assume members of the center, affiliate organizations, as long as you're participating with AMA. But why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
So I work at the movie theater, and I've been working there since I pretty much started college. And the manager now is letting me bring members from the AMA to watch a movie.
And this is very exclusive, right? So
Yeah.
this
That's
is for
awesome.
the AMA members.
Does it come for AMA alumni? Maybe.
That's a great question.
President, can I come?
We'll see.
That's so awesome, though. Yes, I love that. That's really nice of your manager to let you bring the people to you.
Yeah. So next year, if you want to participate in another private show, assuming we can get it, join AMA.
I think that's a great selling
Private,
point,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, join the AMA.
Jordan, what year are you on in school?
I'm in my 3rd year.
Oh, 3rd year, so you're a junior now.
Yep.
Yes. Awesome. Okay, Trevor, it's your turn. Can I
Yeah.
pick on you a little bit? You're used to it.
No.
You know I will. Okay, tell me about SMAC. So I worked on SMAC like 2021. Is that
Yep.
when you started too?
So SMAC, Southwest Marketing Advisory Center. SMAC. I started last winter, so it would have been like right at the beginning of 2023. I was technically a part of SMAC before, but we didn't have enough projects, and we were a little bit too busy for me to do anything.
Right.
But with Dr. Taylor kind of taking it over, because Dr. Goshner, the original advisor, or I shouldn't say original, the previous advisor, she became the department chair and wanted to move some things off her plate. So Dr. Taylor was like, man, you got to join SMAC. Got to join SMAC. So we kind of, we started from zero there too, because for the most part, all you guys graduated, right? Yep. And I think the only two people left from the original or the last SMAC team is you and Juliana, grad students now. Yeah. And you guys are obviously fairly busy with your guys' other stuff.
Just a little bit.
So yeah, I started in early 2023. Kind of got my feet wet. It was really good experience because I was also starting my business at the same time. Mm-hmm. And one thing that SMAC was really good about doing was invoicing, right? And I needed experience with that for my business. But no, it's been a lot of fun. It's been exciting.
Yeah. Jordan, do you work at SMAC too?
Yes, I joined this year too, technically during the summer. But
yeah. Well, you were there at the end of spring, weren't you? Kind of.
I was talking about joining.
Yeah. So Jordan is our FOIA requester, Freedom of Information Act requester, right? So anytime we get a client, and this is one of the services that we can do for other consulting companies, anytime that a client comes to us and says we need to access public records anonymously, Jordan is our go-to guy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he does a great job at that. He's been we had some issues with that in the past, just so many requests, right? And I think Jordan, being the organized guy that he is, has been like a lifesaver in that
Hey,
area.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Taking over. Love that.
Yeah.
So talking about the SMAC services.
Yeah.
I did a little bit of like few different things, and like my major is not marketing, so
yeah.
Is that a requirement now? Maybe like I
It
don't know
is
if we
not
can
a
open.
requirement. It is not a requirement. Yeah. We have management majors. We have marketing majors. Obviously, we've had some accounting majors, but it's more than anything. We're looking for people who are willing to learn. Yeah. Right. We have Dr. Taylor, who is professor of management, right? Then Professor Marta Almeida, who is a professor of marketing. Right. So that's another thing we're getting into is HR consulting now too. We're not just marketing advisory. Yeah. So yeah, we accept everybody.
Awesome. See, that's how I felt. I felt very welcomed. And can we talk a little bit more like about the services? When I started, I feel like Denise was like, let's see if she's gonna stay. So my first task at SMAC was to do all the is it a transcript of a focus group?
Yes. Yep.
That was my first task, and I remember like watching and re-watching the same like 10 seconds so many times because there were people talking over people and I couldn't understand. And it was on me. I never asked like, hey, can I put like I can't understand what they say? No, so I was like so focused, like I need to get every single line of this. I don't even know how long it took me to finish the whole hour focus group, but it took forever. And I felt like after she saw like, oh yeah, she didn't give up after that, so we'll keep her.
So you were talking about the services. One of them that we do is focus groups, right? So if a business needs a focus group done, we can develop a script and moderate that and process some of that data. Obviously, as a marketing agency, we can do quite a bit of that. Yeah. Right. We can do marketing plans. We can help people develop brand guidelines. And one thing that we did that was fairly interesting was branch into a little bit of HR consulting. We had a client come in that was looking for a marketing plan, right? But when they were describing the problem to us, we were like, you don't have a marketing issue, right? You have a hiring issue. So then all of a sudden, and this helps to have Dr. Taylor, as a management professor. All of a sudden, we're HR consulting now, right?
There you go.
We didn't develop an HR plan, but we developed some recommendations.
Yeah.
And we got our feet wet there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What else? So I remember I helped a client with like rebuilding their website.
Yep.
And so you do marketing plans,
Yep.
HR consulting
Yep.
now, focus groups.
Yep.
What else?
We can, if we had to rebuild the website, I would say 100%. We can rebuild the website. There was, what else do we do? Any primary research that anybody has to do outside of focus groups, right? There was one client last year that wanted in-depth interviews with people who are in his target market. So we were doing phone calls and that kind of stuff. I guess that for the most part covers it, but you can get fairly creative within that set of services.
Right. And I guess like to be clear so everyone understands that too, SMAC's open to the community.
Yes.
And like most of the clients are from Marshall
Yes.
area and even further than Marshall, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
So I feel like SMAC is like a fairly good price for like startups, entrepreneurs that
Yep.
don't have lots of funds.
Mhm.
But it also opens so many doors for students to
Yep.
learn so much and get the experience. So when you leave and go to your actual like marketing job, you're like, oh yeah, I've done this before. So you just kind of build up that confidence too, right?
Yeah. And we also work very closely with the SBDC, the Small Business Development Center. So when they have clients who are in need of marketing services, right, we also work quite a bit with them. And that kind of helps. That helps us a lot, just because if somebody is looking for something broad as far as business consulting goes, right, we can still get some of those services without being able to, fulfill that whole package, that whole set of requirements.
So how can businesses, if they're interested, how can they contact SMAC?
So they can contact us at SMAC, SMAC at smsu.edu, or they can find us on the SMSU website, right? You search SMAC and the search bar will pop up there with our advisors and a list of contact information. And we're very easy to reach.
Awesome. Yeah. So please come, everyone.
Yeah.
Yes. No, that's perfect. Let's shift gears a little bit. I keep seeing you playing with the ducks. And I know that's a AMA national story. I just heard that a little bit before we started. So can we talk more about nationals? I had experiences with nationals. I went once. You went twice, right?
Yep.
Jordan, this year was your first year, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So can we talk more about nationals? I feel like that's such a great experience about AMA.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about the ducks, though?
That's on you.
That was, yeah. So we kind of get free reign to go explore the city after hours, right? So we were like right next to, I forget what they call it in New Orleans, but it's like the old part.
You guys were in New Orleans.
We were in
right?
New Orleans.
Yep.
Was it Bourbon or French Quarter?
We were right next to the French Quarter, and we were kind of wandering around the French Quarter at night, right? And we found a rubber duck, right? And for the rest of the night, we carried this little rubber duck around. We voted him as the El Presidente. He was our like unofficial president for the trip, and then he kind of just became our mascot. We brought him home, and I think
that.
you have him now, don't you?
No, I don't think so. I do. I think you still have him.
Or maybe he's probably in my bedroom.
Probably.
You're gonna have to bring it next time you come here.
We'll have to have a ceremony passing on the duck.
Oh yes,
That'd be great.
do you have 3 there?
Yes.
Oh
I
my
want
gosh!
one. I want to. Yeah, one for
We have a
each
new
one of us.
marketing week event.
Can I keep the purple one? I'll put it right here next to me.
Awesome.
Look at us, so fancy. Okay, let's reverse a little bit. So what's nationals? Can you guys explain what that's all about? How does that work? Usually when it happens?
Well, this year it's April 11th to the 13th, I think, or 14th, somewhere
Okay.
around there.
And do you know where that's gonna be this year?
New Orleans, and it's at the same time, at the same place it was last year, the Sheraton Hotel.
Nice, fancy. Yes. So let's talk about how this AMA gets involved with nationals, what it consists of. So it's a big conference, right? I guess I can call it a conference?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, or I don't know if there's a better
Yep.
word to describe it.
ICC, International Collegiate Conference.
Yeah, international, you guys. There's Canada and Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of competitions. So many. Do you know how many teams were there?
I don't know how many showed up. There were.
Didn't say there's
It's safe to say over 100.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they said that there's like over 300 teams there, but
I can't remember the exact number, but it's a lot. It is.
We'll have to look it up and put it
packed
on the
space.
screen.
Yeah, it's definitely. Well, it's probably the most exciting time of year for us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, can you talk about, so I remember I didn't know what nationals was when I first joined. I was like, okay, I'm going to join because my roommate, Juliana, was the
Yeah.
president. And she's like, hey, you're coming with me to this meeting. I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, fine. And then I got involved. We loved it. Like, so amazing. And I remember we were like, oh, we need to do the case competition.
oh boy.
And I'm like, case competition? And so every year, right, the American Marketing Association partners with a big company in the U.S.
Yep.
Or I don't know if it necessarily needs to be in the U.S., but a big company. And they come with an issue where every single chapter needs to bring like a marketing plan. Does that sound right?
Yep.
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 So so I remember on my first and only year in Chicago when you were with me, Trevor, it was an AMA case. No, oh my gosh, AMA, Amazon,
Yep.
right? And I don't remember the issue. Did they want to be more
Wasn't it
connected to
about-
students?
Yeah.
Or
Student subscription.
Yeah.
Because that was when you
Yeah,
joined.
I was there actually.
Yeah.
But
Student subscription, yeah.
Yeah, that one was that was interesting because it was our first year. We did it the year before, but it was me, Andrew, and Juliana. We did the whole thing in like 2 days. So we didn't know what we were doing. Quite frankly, we were building.
Yeah.
And that year was the first year that we like hit it hard. We had a whole class for it, and that was a lot of work.
Yep. I remember, and do you remember, Jordan, one day, I think you need to submit, is it the annual report or something like that? And I remember okay, this might not be the greatest thing to talk about, but it happens, student life, I guess. I remember Juliana texting me and being like, are you on campus? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And she's like, I need you here right now. And I'm like, what's going on? So we met where you guys meet now at ST203. And you came right after me, I think, or you were there already. Yeah. And we were just typing stuff because, like, it was probably 11:30 a.m. and we needed to submit it by noon. So we're, like, 3 people typing stuff like, oh, my gosh, we need to send our annual report. Otherwise, they won't consider it and all of that. So I remember it, and still we had so much fun. Like, it was pressure, but it was so much fun just to have, like, team bonding over the pressure of we need to send this right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
that's kind of how it is with the chapter plan.
Yeah.
Hey, this year we had a template this year. We
Yeah.
had an outline this year. We knew what we were doing.
There you go.
It was down to the wire, but the wire was like, we knew it was a little further away.
And so we submit the case study,
Yep.
the annual report, and what else do we need to submit before nationals?
So we need to do, before nationals, we need to do our chapter plan, right at the beginning of the year. And we just submitted that last week.
Something like that.
Nice.
Yep. And then from there, it's just practice, learn, work hard, register for competitions.
Yep.
So what does the chapter plan has?
It's everything. It's our everything we're going to do.
Yeah.
Everything
So
we're
like all
supposed
the
to do.
events, all the
Events,
like
fundraising
fundraisers,
goals,
everything.
budgets. Yep. Our mission statement.
There you go. Yeah. Exciting, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's talk about nationals. It was such a fun thing. When we went to Chicago, we drove. And what was it, like 8 hours driving?
Oh my gosh,
or
it was a long
more?
drive. Yeah.
It was a long drive. I will tell you guys, Trevor is the best person to like follow you. The 8 hours, he would not lose you for a second. Like, I don't know how you did that, but I remember us in front, and I would look and I'm like, okay, Trevor's there every time. Even rush hour Chicago, Trevor was right there, and I'm like, how is he doing that?
You know, we were doing the entire. We weren't even paying. We were listening to a podcast the whole time.
Were you really?
Yeah, we were just playing Follow the Leader.
We can listen to the podcast this year.
Yeah, now you can listen to the blueprint.
Yeah. I can listen to myself. I'll listen to
Yeah.
this episode.
There you go. And New Orleans, you guys flew, right?
Well, we drove to MSP, then
Yeah, and then flew there.
Yeah.
It's flew, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
I never know if it's flew or flighted. No, flighted doesn't seem right.
Flew.
Flew. Okay. Anyway, grammar thing. Okay, we got to nationals. You're gonna have to share your New Orleans because all I have it's like Chicago, and I have to say this to Andrew because I went the whole trip. You know, Victorious, the show, like
yeah.
the.
Yep.
Is it Victorious? The name, like famous. Well,
It's
I think it's just
Victorious,
Victorious. So they have a song about Chicago. The whole trip, I kept singing Chicago, Chicago, and I'm like, you guys, this is an Elton John song. Like, how have you never heard this? And they're like, no way. I'm like, seriously, it is. Turns out it was a Victorious song, and it had nothing to do, like not even close to a real song. So it was so bad, and that was like our thing. So every time any of us gets like flight connections or somewhere in Chicago, we send ourselves videos like Chicago. Chicago. But anyway, so 8 hours long trip. Remember, we got there. They give us all. We were how many? We were six people.
of us.
Yes,
Yep.
6 of us. And they gave us all the same key, like the same key for one room.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And we all go in and we're like, how are we supposed to do this?
Yeah, that was interesting.
This year you guys
I remember this because we had how did that work? Denise, Dr. Goshner, she had her credit card securing the rooms.
Yep.
But she had to be there for us to get the key because it was her
Yep.
name on the card.
Yep, exactly.
So we had to sit there all in like one little room. And we had a lot of work to do yet because we had to build our chapter display.
Yeah.
How fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we did. So it was you, Juliana, myself, Andrew, Alejandro. No, Andre.
Andre and Gabe.
And which was the first time we met him, by
Yeah.
the way, was going to because he was an online student.
Yep.
Then it was Gabe. He was our president for this spring half of last year.
Yep.
And we all had to
Okay.
sit down and build these poster boards and get everything ready.
Exactly. Yeah. At least he gave us time, I guess,
Yeah.
to bond. Everyone tired, hangry.
Those were nice apartments too.
Those
oh my
were
goodness.
very nice. Yeah.
I almost wish it was in Chicago again. I really
Yeah.
do. I really do.
So you guys got an Airbnb,
Yep.
right? So you
Yeah.
weren't like super next to the conference. We weren't either, but we're like about what, like 2 or 3 blocks. So we would walk every day to the conference
We were
hotel.
about a mile down.
Oh,
We
so
would
not
just take the
terrible.
trolley car.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cheap. We saved
Yeah.
so much. So we stayed in an Airbnb for a full week. And it still came out cheaper than staying in the hotel for the few days.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my.
And that's the food included. That's the public transport pass. Still cheaper. Still cheaper.
Everything.
Yeah, because we had, was it 8 of us in an
Yeah.
Airbnb? Was it 8? No.
It was the 2 of you, Andrew, right?
Gabe.
7 of
Gabe
us.
and the 3 girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about competition now.
oh boy.
So, you guys competed, right? Like on
Yeah.
this last one. Did you do all the competition ones or the simulations?
We did marketplace simulation.
And what was the other one we did on the other year? Do you remember? It was marketplace and there was another one.
Saber.
Saber. Ashton, can you bring my phone? Please, sorry. Guys, this is Ashton coming for the help.
Ashton.
Yay, thank you. Okay, I need to brag about this. I took notes, okay? I really did because, listen, on our first year on the marketplace simulation, we got 5th place.
Yeah.
And I don't remember how many teams were there, but there were a lot.
There were 40-some teams, weren't there?
I think so. It was a big conference room, and then we would be in a table. I don't think we share a table with another team because otherwise I remember being like, whispering the strategy so nobody would like copy our strategy. And there were many rounds and they just kept giving us like updates on the rounds and we would just see us going higher and higher. We're like, let's go guys, let's do it. So I did take notes of all the big universities because I feel like it's something when you think about like, oh, it's like Southwest Minnesota, whatever, you know, like people don't really take in consideration, but I feel like we have so much to offer. Like, honestly, like, patting our backs, but seriously.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll read this to you. I have to, sorry. We bit, I just took a feel that I was like, okay, those are kind of impressive. Texas State, Montana State, Penn State, Virginia Tech, John Fisher, Indiana University, Florida International University, Western University, and Campbell University. And those are just a few. So I'm like...
Penn State and Montana are like consistently some of the best chapters.
Yeah,
right?
and we beat them.
Yeah.
If you're watching us, sorry. But
I didn't get to participate in that either because Andrew and I were too busy running around.
Yeah, I remember that. It was me, Gabe, Juliana, and Andre.
Oh,
and it was so great because Juliana and Andre were marketing. Gabe, accounting, finance. Me with like international management. And I feel like, I don't know how, but we were just working, like every single one of us had a different task and we're like, let's do this. And it was just going and it was great.
Yeah. When we did the simulation last year, we were doing so well. We were like right until the last round, the second to last round. And we made one bad decision and that just sank us. Because we were in the top, so we were in the top 4. Or no, we were in the top 10 and then the top 4, and then we made one bad decision and we were just gone off the leaderboard.
Are you willing to say what the bad decision was?
I don't remember what it was.
Just something that...
Did we underspent on research and development, I think.
Oh, there you go.
That's what we did. And then we tried to make up for it by overspending the next round, and it just ruined us. Our profits were horrible. So.
It was.
You know, it happens. You're ready for next year then, right?
Yeah.
You know what to do differently, I guess.
We'll see.
Yeah. Okay, so nationals is more than just like all of this. So we get to compete. There's so many speakers, right? Like so many different, how do they call those? Like speakers, like sessions?
Keynote speakers.
Yeah, keynote speakers that you sign up for. So nice. Trevor, you did the sales competition with Andrew. When you guys,
I did.
Was it this year or was it last year?
It was last year.
In Chicago.
In Chicago.
Yep.
And that was a mess.
Can you tell us, like, how did that work?
So in the sales competition, you take this set of rules, right? And it describes the product, and your goal is to either market or rebrand this product to a panel of judges. You have a half hour to prepare your presentation, and then you get put in a silent room with like 3 professors from other universities, and they judge your presentation. And man, the product they gave us was horrible.
Can you tell us what it was?
I can. So they gave us this printout, right? And this is not a joke, right? I'm not making any of this up. It was a throbber, and it was described to us as it sold in packs of 2 Bluetooth balls that you put in your food to heat it up. So imagine you're like a single mom, right? You're at home, you're tired, whatever. You don't have time to cook, so what do? You leave your food on the counter in the morning, you put the throbbers in the bowl, and before you get home, it will heat your food up for you.
So you can set time?
Yeah.
Just like the washers and dryers that you control over your phone kind of thing?
Yeah, basically. So you could heat up, but here's the kicker, right? So first of all, you can't describe it as what it is and then name it Throbbers, right? We were like, that is a horrible marketing decision. So for our first step was like rebrand. We cannot sell this to the general public, right? And then our second dealio was health and like public safety, right? How in the world are you going to market a product that encourages you to leave? Like, let's say you make clam chowder, right? You're going to leave your clam chowder on the counter all day long, let that get all curdled and nasty, and then heat your. So we had our work cut out for us with that. And needless to say, we did not do well. I think all of the finalists, because they have a morning product and an afternoon product. Mm-hmm. All of the finalists came from the morning session.
Really?
Right? Yeah. So that was just a hard product.
Do you know what the morning product was? Or
No,
do you remember?
they don't tell you what the morning one is, because the idea is they don't give you any time, right? Because they don't want you to have time to prepare. They want you to use your own innovative skills to build this thing, or like build a presentation. Yeah. But
and they do put their tricks in there to make sure you catch them, right?
They do.
Yeah. What did you guys do this year? Like, did you participate in different competitions in New Orleans?
We didn't get to participate much because we kind of got pushed out of a lot of competitions because we kind of scheduled it late and other stuff.
Yeah, a lot of the competitions filled up before we could get to them.
I bet. Yeah. I remember that.
We did the simulations.
Yep.
And then who did?
Ginny and the other Jordan.
Yes, yep, Jordan Graham, and she'll be back this year too.
Yeah.
They did the
outbound sales.
Yeah, no, Gabe did outbound sales.
Okay.
Yeah, so Gabe did outbound sales, and they did professional selling or whatever. It's like a resume competition.
Oh yeah,
elevator
you did
pitch.
That, didn't you?
They didn't do perfect pitch.
No, they didn't do perfect pitch.
They did.
I did perfect pitch. I set the record for the shortest pitch. It was like you had 5 minutes or whatever to talk. Mine was 20 seconds long. And apparently I was like on the edge of making finals. But they were like, we just can't do that. It's okay. It shows a lot of confidence, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't follow any of the rules.
Isn't it like quality over quantity kind of thing though? Like you could BS it like for whatever, like 12 minutes.
Yeah. Well, 5 minutes.
Oh, 5. I don't know why I got 12.
Well, I have a management professor right now, who says, like, the rules are there to set the standard, right? So if there are no rules and there's no criteria to judge you by, and if I didn't follow the rules, then good, bad, or indifferent, it wouldn't have been fair to mark that as.
Look at that. Yeah. Okay, now to end this amazing episode, let's talk about how you guys personally feel like that being part of AMA, being part of SMAC, how does that change your student experience?
Yeah.
Or what do you feel like? What would you have to tell other students like, hey, this is great for you because of, or hey, this is bad for you because of, let's be, like honest. You can start, Jordan.
Oh, no. AMA is good because it teaches you like marketing skills, and it got me in contact with many different people. Like I probably never talked to Trevor if I didn't know him through AMA. And it also led me to join like SMAC, and that's kind of what I want to do with my life afterwards. Yeah, being like a marketing consultant is my end goal.
That's awesome. Yeah. Okay, so you said he teaches you marketing skills. How does that differ from your classes, though?
Well,
I'm sorry. I know I'm putting you on the spot.
So, I guess the difference is it's at the practical portion.
Yeah.
You can talk about it all day, but like, okay, how many soccer games have you watched in your life?
I know I'm Brazilian, but not many.
Okay, how many? Well,
sorry.
But you've watched sports before, right?
Yeah.
Like you could spend hours and hours watching sports, but that doesn't make you a professional player, right?
Look at that.
So it's the practice that's bigger than anything.
Yeah.
Also teach me how to speak better to others.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like these things helps us so much with like public speaking. Like right now, when I need to present for classes, I'm like, yeah, I've done this, especially with my friends when we're all laughing, you know, and like you get more nervous or not focused.
When Dr. Taylor sets you in front of a panel of like 300 people and you're like, wait a minute, I didn't know I signed up for this.
One of the students that we did like multiple times.
And then we don't even have a script, right? I'm just like, oh no, oh my gosh. And you're, oh man.
It's great though. I feel like after that, I'm like, I can handle anything. Bring it on. We can do this, right?
That's true.
Yes. So what about you, Trevor, with SMAC? How do you feel like, I guess it kind of goes with the same, but like, how do you feel you got involved because you needed more experience with invoice and that's kind of what you needed on the moment, but now being the director, is it manager director? Is that how you call? Sorry, I'm probably saying it.
No, that's okay.
Like, how do you feel like that changed for you, like your experience and having hands-on on things?
I think the biggest, the most important thing is kind of giving you a direction, right? Because it's hard to pick out what's in, because obviously everything is important in class, but depending on what you're going to do, some stuff is going to be more important, some stuff is going to be less important. If I'm going to be a marketing major and I'm going to do marketing for the rest of my life, the accounting stuff is good, but I'm not going to necessarily need to know how to like calculate the present value of an annuity in everyday life, right? So it kind of gives you that direction. It gives you a focus. You know what you need to learn. And then you can turn around same day, same hour even sometimes, go apply it. Yeah. And it locks it in, you know. And you're never going to get that, unless you're an intern, you're never going to get that experience anywhere else. And even then, as an intern, like,
you might not even get that. Maybe they will give you like the very easy job because it's like, don't mess up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, let's end this episode now. Jordan, if people want to join AMA, what do they do?
They do a lot of stuff.
But like, where do they find you? How can they contact you?
They could contact us through, like, we have a new Instagram now because we lost our old one. So if they want to DM Southwest.
What is your Instagram? Okay, yeah.
It's southwest.ama.
Perfect. Yeah, and then you guys meet every Thursday at noon at ST203.
Yep.
Yes. And you already shared your contact for SMAC.
Yep.
But yeah.
If you want to join SMAC, so not just reach out for consulting work, but if you want to join SMAC, my phone number is 507-8293-558. Text me, call me. We'll figure it out. Otherwise, Trevor.vankuelen, VANKEULEN at my.smsu.edu. And we'll get you sorted. We'll get you signed up.
Awesome. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming, for making the time to be here, and for sharing more about this.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.